For more videos and problems for management information systems, you can check out Sarai Studies. Link is in the description box below. In the last video, we wanted to see how much revenue each salesperson made under every category, so we did that with pivot tables. So I'm going to go down here and label this pivot version. In this video, we're going to do everything from scratch with formulas. So let's go and create a new file or a new sheet, and I'm going to call it formula version. And the goal is to recreate this, but my professor said that this was a little bit weird to recreate the way that it is right now. So we're going to do it a different format. So this is the format for every category. So let's say appliances. We want the salespeople. So right here. So it's literally just going to be appliances. And then how much revenue they made. And then we'll have the same thing for automotive. We'll have automotive and the salespeople and then automotive. And then how much revenue they made. So this is really the format that we're looking for. So the first things first, I want to replicate the category column. And usually when we want to replicate a column from scratch, we would go to our data, grab our column, copy it, back to our sheet and paste it. By the way, if it doesn't paste, make sure you select the first cell, because if I do it like over here, it says this. So paste it. And then what we would do is we would select the column and then we would remove duplicates. So we would go data and remove duplicates. But the problem is we don't want unique categories, because in this version, categories are repeating. We have appliances literally how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Same thing with automotive. So it's not like we can remove duplicates. And same thing with salespersons. If you want to go to data, copy the sales column, paste it in here, it's not like we can remove duplicates as well. If you notice, what's unique is appliances and Alice. You're not going to see appliances and Alice, because remember that the whole idea is that for each category, you're only going to have your salesperson once. So Bob isn't going to repeat again for appliances, because you already found out how much revenue Bob did in appliances. Why would you have another Bob? So what's really unique is the category and the salesperson. So we can grab those two columns and together remove duplicates. Click OK, and now it says 30 duplicate values removed, and we have now these unique values. But if you go back, you see that all of the categories that are the same happen at the same time. So appliances, and so on. So how do we get that to happen here? Well, let's first make it a table, because with table comes sorting. Format as table, make it orange or something. And now what we can do is we can click on this little arrow and sort A to Z. Now you see appliances, blah, blah, blah. And so now for each category, we have Carol, Bob, Eve, Dave, Alice. And then it repeats automotive, Carol, Bob, Dave, Eve, Alice. And that's that. And then the last thing you're missing is the revenue here. So when you add, it's gonna just attach it to the table. This is equal to what? Well, think about it. We want to add up revenue, but it's conditional because we only want to add up revenue specifically if the salesperson is Carol and the product category is appliances. So this is giving conditional sum if function. And this is a really great example of why we can't use sum if, the singular one. So sum if, because you only use that when you have one criteria to filter by. In this case, we have two criteria to filter by. We have salesperson and category. So we're going to do sum ifs plural. And then what do you want to sum? Well, I want to sum up my revenue. So I'm going to go to my data, and revenue is this E column right here. So I'm going to start with the actual revenue, the first data value, not the header. And I'm going to go all the way down. And if you go back to your formula version, you'll see that I'm selecting column E, which is the column that I want. But from the formula version sheet, that's the sheet we're in now. There is no column E in the sheet we're in now. We want this column E from our data sheet. That's called data. And we can delete the tick marks because data is just one word. And then the only thing you've given it right now is just your revenues column. What is it going to do with just revenue? This is not just a revenue problem. This is a revenue and salesperson and product category problem. So you want to give it those columns, but one at a time. So the first one is product category. So let's give it category. So I'm going to just go up, select the first data value, not the column header. Go all the way down, go back to your formula version. So it's saying, okay, I want column A from formula. So it's saying I want column A from formula version. No, I don't. I want it from my data sheet. And then you specify the criteria. So you're saying, I want you to look through the category columns and then sum up the revenues if that category is what. And so that category here is appliances. And then you move on to your second column. So now the other filter you want to filter by, the criteria, is salesperson. So you want to go through your salesperson column. So let's go and select salesperson. So start with your first value, go all the way down, go back to your formula sheet, make sure you change this to data. And then finally, what you're saying is, I want you to search through the salesperson column and only sum up the revenues if what? If that salesperson is Carol specifically for this row. And then you can put your parenthesis and enter. And it did it automatically for you. So now I want to make sure I'm right. So let me copy the first category sales data, paste it over here and just compare. So I can see Carol for appliances has 2878 0.84. Bob has this, we're correct there. Dave has that, Eve has that, and so on. We can see that we're correct. We managed to replicate this entire table using formulas. It's just a little bit of a different format, but that's your answers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.